This is Don with Uniquely-DOUBLEBEE. Well, we completed a 2,800-mile trip in our RV on our new More Ride suspension system. We did take a bumpy ride. Horrible conditions. So took a beating. So the suspension held up during that, which was great. We did lose the washer. The dryer took a flight and completely smashed the top of that washer. So there's a Splendide or Splendide, however you pronounce it, inside this monster of a RV we have. But other than that, I hope this video gives you some good guidance. So we just got done with a road trip coming from Texas to Tennessee, and to prove that this is another great Jayco floor plan, the Splendide washer and dryer here stacked. There's a little closet in the back bathroom of the FLRB floor plan on the 382. Took a hit. This dryer bounced somehow up or another, and it smashed this whole corner, and then a hose on the back disconnected, and we had water everywhere. And as you can see here, I got this bar that I put in to keep it, this was before it smashed, keep it from bouncing this way, which was happening when we first bought it in 2021. And then Jayco decided to put the hose connections tight to the side here, and you can't get your hands, and now it got skinny forearms, you can't get in there. I barely got this water turned off when we had the leak, when we stopped in a downpour. And then you can't access the shower connections because that's back here. And then on top of it, you got another connect area back here for the shower you can't get to. And then in another video I talk about how you have to drain or get to the drain plug for this washer when you get a code saying it's got something in there causing it to flood the washer, and then it spills everywhere. Turns out you get little coins or any debris in there, jams up in the impeller, which is back here. So I had to modify this whole faceplate so I can get that out. Then you undo this, and then this plug, when you pull it out, all the water in the washer that jammed up comes out. So it gets all everywhere, and you can see we got wood damage already from multiple times of water issues. So we got it behind here. So this is just awful. They should have set this thing in a drain pan or built a shower pan for them, and then definitely get a washer unit that has an easier way of accessing the front. So right now what I'm doing is, in order to fix that hose on the back and then get this control panel out from underneath this dryer, they decided that instead of having the locks that are, there's a tray that can be built on a lot of washers and dryers, mainly your home ones, but other RVers that I know, they have little slide connections that the feet on the dryer connect into, and then you can lock it down. And that way you can get the dryer off of the washer without removing the washer. But Splendide, or however you say it, they decided that the dryer, there's connectors on the back that loop. They got little hooks, and they hook onto the back of the dryer, and then they're bolted to the back of the washer. So when the RV people, when you buy a new camper, this thing is empty, so it's light. Right now it's got water in it, so it's heavy. So in order to get the dryer off of here, you have to pull the entire set out. And on the road, pulling that out is next to impossible if by yourself, even a two-person. And then they put these little floor anchors here for the washer, and that's about it. But this whole unit still moves as one, and it smashed good on I-10. And by the way, I-10 still stinks. But so what I got to do is I'm going to get this panel out, get those floor connections undone, and then remove my little bumper pad system here and get a hand truck, and I got to slide this whole thing out and then see what we got. But again, this washer box should have been on this wall behind this door, and all the hose connections back here somehow or another, so you can access the water when you're having a flood issue. Or hell, put a washer box inside the shower. Who cares if it's in here, and put a door on it, and then you can still access it. And then if you got a leak, it goes right into the shower, especially on an RV, because you're bouncing these things all over God's country. But right now I'm gonna see what we got. I may have to remove these doors, I don't know, but here we go. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is get all this out of here. I don't know yet. I'm gonna get the screw, and then get my little L brackets undone. Get this panel out of here. See the water damage from previous times, and then these floor connections here, and of course they're doing in different heads. This one's a flat head, that's an X, and this is that drain plug that if you turn that, all this water flows out. So you can see by the rust, we've had water drainage issues before when this thing jams up. And then you try to dry it the best you can with fans or heaters, but God knows what's happening behind this thing. I gotta get that off so I can see what kind of panel we gotta reorder. As you can see, I got this bracket here, which is on the front, and there's two more on the back. So this whole unit, I'm gonna have to slide it out. So let's see how we're gonna get after that. All right, let's see if damn. Well, that one wasn't even fastened. And the exhaust vent thing just, it's all torn to shit from, I mean, from the bounce. Looks like we lost the exhaust too. So now I got to get it turned. Alright, the back fasteners right here. You gotta use like we gotta get pliers or something to disconnect that. It's a squish type or squeeze type. As you can see. And then undo the front. We can get this dryer off. And then let's look at the setup back here. Of course, the drain hose is connected in a way that I gotta make sure I don't rip it apart. But it looks like the dryer vent hose got bounced free and the dryer hit the back wall. So needed to redo that anyway. Okay, so get something to get that clamp off. Alright, we'll undo this first. Alright. I'll get the back. Yeah, I would recommend taking your doors off before doing any of this. But I'll get them off after we get this out of the way. Alright, let me figure this out. Alright, so I got the dryer off. I couldn't get the camera set up, but so I noticed that Jayco, when they installed it for us at the dealership, when we first bought this camper, this was brand new. So they put the mounting plates on top of the dryer and then said, oh, wait, this is the dryer, but lighter than the washer. So they decided to put this on the washer, which it's supposed to be, before they installed it. So basically what I had to do is, because when it bounced on the interstate, it jammed. It got lodged right here. So, and it smashed all this out. Of course, it's plastic. And it just destroyed that whole corner. So this bracketing system didn't work for that purpose on I-10, but I ended up having to use this crowbar and a small one. I lodged a small one right up in here to pry it up a little bit, and then use that big one, and I went at this angle and I was able to jam it back up. But when you put it on, I'll send you a link of a good video where I saw how they installed these the right way, and I give credit to them. I think they're called the RV Weekenders, but I'll verify that. But anyway, able to get the dryer down, and then now we get the model number off this top and face and see what we can do to get that repaired. But as you can see, this is all the stuff that should be on an outside wall somehow, like behind this door, so you can just slide this door out of the way. Or again, put this hose box inside the shower with a door. But then if you have a door, you can't get the hoses in there. But it's a wet area, so if this was in there and you caulked it properly, if water got in there, it would just drain out the drain. I'd rather have that in the shower and know that I can control the leak than jammed in this little closet where your power is. And so the bounce hit this, you know, flimsy ass plywood that they typically use. And then, oh, well, here's a dryer vent location. So I guess you could have vented it through there and out the wall, but anyway, they ended up cutting here and this was broke free. And then we found out that when it bounced on the interstate, it clipped this hose. So that's where our water was coming from. So I got to go get some new hoses. But clean all this up. Got to reinforce this. And then looks like they drilled something here. I don't know what they were prepping. But maybe there's some other way to bracket this thing in here and get it out easier. But I'll look at that. Alright, be back in a few. Alright, to get the top off, there's 2 screws on the back here. One there, one there. And then it just slides forward. And then you can just take that off. Alright, so the piece I got smashed is broke off here. Undo that. Bent this edge down, so I'll have to bend that back up, flatten it out, get this one off, take this face panel off, and then see we get the model number so we can order a new one. Alright, to get this face panel off, this wire here was connected right here. And of course, they have this little clip, but be careful pushing it back because I gave it a little too much effort and broke it off, but this thing's smashed anyway. But then it just lifts up and out, and then behind it is the drain, the soap dispenser tray, and you open up this little tray and use a Phillips head screwdriver, and I got one there, one there. Then this thing just comes right off, and now I can get all the info off of it. Alright, get a link to it when I find it. Right now, the stacked unit in the 382 FLRB J code North Point, in the rear in the master bath, it's beyond the wheels, so there's 12 foot of overhang on the outside. This thing just jostles all over the place. So I had those pull noodles keeping it pretty much in line, but this last road trip got us. But also I noticed that they stuck 2 little magnets up in the corners here to hold the dryer back, and they're not even that powerful. They're not even powerful enough to really hold my microphone, which is also magnetic. So God, should have had like maybe L brackets or something back here. But again, I gotta fix all this paneling. First I'm gonna figure out what's behind this wall so I can remedy anything that's happened back there, mainly water, and then clean this up. But for right now, if you had issues with your hoses and stuff on the road, better have a hand truck or some kind of super slide cardboard, because getting all that stuff leaned back enough to get anything out was a chore. Alright, wife and I decided we're going to take our stack unit out and replace it with an all-in-one. So I'll show how that gets put back in here, but for right now. So this is end of part 1, and leave your comments, likes, subscribe. Uniquely-DOUBLEBEE out.